shot.
Well, we could flip it around. I'll just do this. Hey, there's me. Hey, there's
So
Ray.
we're on air. We're on air
air.
on the Off Air podcast.
We're on air on the Off Air podcast, Ray. We'll have to figure this out at some point. I don't know.
We need like 2 other tripods. Like I'm noticing we're running out of tripods.
Well, yeah, we got freaking cameras everywhere.
So what's crazy right now, so I'm on my TikTok live and then Randy's on his. So if you want to go and watch either or, you guys can see what's going on.
Yeah. So it doesn't get any more live than this, does it, Ray?
No, it does not.
So there's like a camera over there.
This is
camera over
live.
there.
This is liveception.
This is live. It is liver. Hey, Amy, what's going on? So I'm going to just kick myself out of the shot here and put Ray on there because
Apparently, I'm the one that's important.
Ray's
am I the only important one here, Randy?
You're a dapper-looking fella. That's why.
Thank
Ray.
you, thank you. I appreciate that.
Anyone have any questions for Ray while we're waiting to get the off-air podcast going on?
It's on. We've been live for at least for a minute.
Oh, have we?
Yes, we've been live for about a minute and 14 seconds.
Oh, all right. I could just sit like this the whole time. How about that? So Christina Pantieri.
Yes, or Hayden Pantieri.
Hayden Pantieri.
Yes,
not Christina.
Rip.
Why do I think I've known her for years and years and years?
Because
she was on TV shows and stuff.
Yes, yes. You probably have seen her on TV shows, movies. There's been a few things that she's been on, but yes, that was unfortunate. That was the unfortunate news that we got yesterday.
Yeah, so some news came in, something about she had a heart attack.
Yes,
I'm not sure.
Cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
People are suspecting it might have been an OD, but
Possibly.
no one knows exactly yet.
Yeah, speculation. Everyone speculates all day long. We can sit here all day long and talk about that speculation stuff.
Yes.
But
Conspiracies.
she did have, and to that credit, she did have an opioid addiction apparently.
Yes.
But she kicked that. So, but all it takes is one fentanyl pill. Thinking it's Percocet or something.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately,
fentanyl
yes.
kills, man. Fentanyl kills. So, did you go see Spider-Man for a 20th time?
No, I just need to go see it once.
Yeah?
I've like, so when it comes to me and like superhero movies, like I only want to go see the ones that I like to go see. So I have a friend, his name is Jeremy, and he and I almost go to every Marvel movie because he loves the Marvel universe. So I go with him as a proxy. So I'm just there. But if there was a superhero movie that I intentionally want to go see, I probably only just go see it once. Like Spider-Man. I did go see Spider-Man, but I'm not going to see it again. I'm probably going to, maybe when it comes out on DVD or on streaming, I may watch it again. But other than that, it wasn't, I could say it was a good Spider-Man movie, but it wasn't my favorite. The one before with Tobey and Andrew is still my favorite one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I like Tobey.
Yes, Tobey will be forever my Spider-Man.
I've been having problems having other Spider-Men, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes sense. I think it's just preference on what you grew up with. I have a bias, mostly just because I have a childhood connection with Tobey's Spider-Man. So, did I tell you about the story about how my grandpa got me into Spider-Man?
Hell no, Ray.
So, okay. So, my grandpa was an OG subscriber to Marvel Comics.
Okay.
So in the 90s, in the late 90s, he was a subscriber to Marvel Comics, and I used to watch the Spider-Man cartoon when it used to be on TV. Even the 60s version, I used to watch the 60s version, and I watched the 90s versions of Spider-Man on TV.
Wow.
So my grandpa knew that I liked Spider-Man. So what he did is he subscribed to Marvel Comics, and he used to get a copy of the latest Spider-Man comic. But what he used to do is he used to read the comic first to make sure it was not adult content or because it's pretty violent. If you went to go back and read some of the old Spider-Man comics, they were pretty violent.
I have a few of them.
So
I wasn't a big comic book person, but my grandparents thought I was apparently, and they got me a couple of comic books from back in the day.
So what he used to do is he would read them first. He would read them first, and he would skim through them and just make sure that they're good. So this became our little bonding thing.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So he would read them first, and then after he would be done reading it, I would come home from school because I used to go to my grandparents' house after school because both my parents worked. And
so you're a latchkey kid. Yep.
Yes. So I would go to my grandparents' house, and then my grandpa would read his newspaper, And because he worked at the oil fields, so he was kind of like a don't mess with me type of guy after work. He's like, I just want to have my dinner, read my newspaper, and then go. But he would have the newspaper ready for me on the table every time when I got home. So that was like my little like, here, I'm done reading it. Now you can read it.
Were you more Spider-Man cartoon? Because I was all about the cartoon back in the day.
Yes,
Spider-Man.
I love
whatever
the
Spider
old.
can.
In fact, fun little fact. I know we talked about piracy, and we're gonna get it. And got a new. This is a great segue, by the way, because the whole piracy thing has come up again. So,
Oh God.
Spider-Man, the original 1960s Spider-Man, you can actually download for free on archive.org.
Archive.org.
Yeah, the official old 1960s Spider-Man you can download for free to watch.
The cartoon?
The cartoon, the original cartoon.
They were from the 60s?
All of them from the 60s.
Wow. I thought they were up to date. I look like Thing over here.
Yeah, so because that's the only legally because of Disney, since Disney and Sony, Spider-Man. But for some reason, I think it's because of some kind of like it wasn't owned by Sony back then, and it wasn't owned by Marvel technically by then.
Yeah.
So I think that's how they can legally do that. They could just put it out there. I don't know what the legalities. It's on archive.org, which legally they can't post any copyright stuff unless it's still under contract. So whatever the reason is, you can still watch those. There's certain shows you can still watch there too, like Andy Milanakis' show on MTV is one of those shows because Andy owns those shows and he put it on archive.org for people to watch.
Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. You can watch it on archive. Well, there you go. Check out archive.com.
Now,
you'll see TV stuff that you probably haven't seen in 1,000 years.
Now, onto the piracy stuff.
Says the hand.
So, one thing that's been going on lately is that people have been talking about the rise of piracy lately, and by that I mean by like archiving their old DVDs. So what people have been doing, the rise of physical DVDs have gone up over the last 4 months than it has in almost a decade.
Physical DVDs?
Physical DVDs. And that's because of the whole thing about Sony talking about getting rid of the discs, getting rid of DVDs off of video games. That's what started off the conversation.
Yeah.
Now there's tons of people buying DVDs in bulk, like going to eBay and buying, how like people have them like in bulk.
Selling lots. Yeah.
Yes. And so what they're doing is they're taking those DVDs and using burning software where they can copy the movie off of the disc, put it on their DVD, put it on their hard drive, and then start making little mini servers in their house. So people can essentially in their house can watch any movie they want on any device. So it's basically like your home streaming device.
Your home network streaming device.
Yes.
So they're going back to the day in like 2001 when we had to burn stuff, except they're just extracting the video.
Yes, and there's free software all over the internet where you can do that.
Of course there is. Yep. Of course there is.
Yep. Make mkv.org. There you go. There's your little plug. You can just go to Google that.
Wow.
That's for testing purposes. For
testing purposes only.
For scientific purposes.
Yes, just for testing purposes only. Says the hand.
So, have you thought about that, Randy? Because I know we talked about like streaming services and how expensive they've gotten lately.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that? Like an alternative way to where like you and your kids can watch any movie that you want that you purchased, and then you happen just to download it and put it onto your computer and put it on this server. They could watch anywhere, at any time off their phone, on the TV.
Yeah.
Without being tethered to the teat of Netflix.
Because it used to be, and I don't know if that's still the rule, that if you had music and video, that as long as you had a hard copy of it, then you could do whatever you wanted to.
Right.
You could have a digital copy of it, but as long as you had a physical copy of it, you were good. Now, I haven't gone that far. Dana's talking about, we need to get the DVD player because I don't want to have to go search for whatever, movie I want to watch. Or maybe they're charging for it. I have to rent it or something.
Right.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. If I want to watch it, do I have to pay $5 to see it to have it for 2 days or whatever? Mm-hmm. So there's been that talk in my house, but not any action going on. Of course, I've just been lazy.
I'm in the process of that right now. So what I'm doing right now, again, I own a bunch of DVDs. I have hundreds of DVDs. And I'm slowly going through the process of ripping them and putting them on hard
Oh,
drives.
man. You know how that's going to go?
How's that going to go?
You're going to end up not doing all the ones you want to do. I mean, unless you have eons of time on your hands. I started ripping my music library back in the day, and I never finished. Because I didn't need to. Because a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, Randy, do you want all this stuff? You don't have to. This way, you don't have to download it all because I've already done it for you." I'm like, "Well, I have a physical copy of it, so okay, sure, why not?"
Yeah.
And so that. And then
What's up, everyone on the TikTok live? How's it going?
Yeah, what's up, everybody over there? I see everyone moving over there. Sorry, we're not paying attention. I look like the hand right here. Here, I am live. I'm not just a hand from the Adams family or anything. And that's Ray, by the way. If you
What's
don't know
up?
Ray, that's Ray.
We're on live on the Off Air podcast.
Ray's got his own TikTok, and Ray plays games and stuff, and does all kinds. He goes live all the time.
Yes.
This is just me messing around. That's why it's not really pointed at anybody because it's on my phone. So it's like I look like Thing from the Addams Family over here. But yeah, so that's how that's going to go, Ray, because I know you and I know me, and we're kind of the same when it comes to that stuff.
Yes.
You're not going to end up, or your mom's going to go, "Hey, do we have The Matrix?" And you're like, "Yeah, let me download that real quick." Or,
I've already got the Matrix.
let me drop that real quick.
I got
Yeah.
all of that already.
Yeah. Okay, well, as long as you got that already.
So to be fair, it does take a long time. It takes about like 15 minutes to rip one DVD. So it does take
Yeah.
a little bit of time.
A little bit.
A little bit of time.
Multiply that times how many DVDs you got, bro. You got a couple hundred,
So
you got
of course,
400.
Of course, you have to prioritize, Randy. You have to prioritize
Well,
your
yeah.
favorite movies first.
You gotta prioritize.
And then the TV shows, of course, we got box sets of DVDs from TV shows as well. Those have to be archived. And then you have to spend the time to organize it all.
Do you have the Friends box set?
No, I do not. Oh. I have a few. I got like Dave Chappelle. I got the Sons of Anarchy.
This is why I like the HBO Max, app, because it's got the Friends and
I'm trying to
it's
get
got
off.
the Big
I'm trying
Bang.
to not pay for these services,
I
Randy.
know. I
I'm
know,
trying.
but there's just
it's too expensive.
some things you just got to pay for, right?
I'm tired of hearing those Rocket Money commercials where it's like, "Do you know how many subscriptions you are?" No, I don't know how many subscriptions I
do
have.
because I have Rocket Money. I don't pay for it. I have the free one, but the free version's pretty cool. There's our subscription and our plug for Rocket Money, apparently. Yeah. So if you guys need an endorsement, there we go.
So anyway, that's what people have been doing lately. So the rise of DVDs have gone up in the last 4 months than it has in nearly a decade.
So I'll ask you this: are you going to sell your DVDs after you ripped them into your computer?
No.
On eBay or something?
No.
Because they've gone up?
No, because you legally need to
No.
have a copy of those DVDs somewhere, just in case someone decides to come knocking on my door.
I tried to get you on that.
See,
I tried to get you.
see?
Yeah, the government will come knocking on your door. Come.
Speaking of movies,
Excuse me, sir.
Speaking of movies, so we got some announcement from the local Visalia legend, Inde Navarrete. She's going to be playing Rogue in the next upcoming X-Men movie.
Yeah, she was excited about that. I saw her announce that the other day because she's all about that.
Yes.
All about that.
So everyone's speculating that the boyfriend may have had a little say in that. That's
Yeah,
what everyone.
probably.
Because if you guys don't know, Indy's boyfriend is
Yeah.
the kid from Iron Man. He was the one
Yeah.
that helped Tony Stark rebuild his suit when he crash landed. So
Yep.
if you guys haven't catched Iron Man 3, he's the little kid, and Indy and him are a thing right
They're
now.
a
Sorry,
thing
all,
right now.
all you dudes out there who.
Oh, see, I was
going
going to tell you. I was going to tell you before they announced that she had a boyfriend that you'd be the guy.
Be
'Cause she
heartbroken?
She likes to play video games. You like to play video games.
I was extremely heartbroken.
She streams live. You stream live while you're playing. So, but she doesn't go retro like you. I think she's like playing Call of Duty
Oh,
or
dude,
something.
did you see the game that they gave her at like one of the award shows?
Yes.
Was it like Shrek? It was like a Shrek party game?
Yeah, it was some kind of crazy game. She's like, "Oh my god!"
Yes.
Yeah, and she probably went home that night and just went and started streaming and playing it. But yeah,
So you want to know something that's been crazy lately, Randy? That I think you may have caught on to this trend already.
it's all been crazy.
So you know that my generation can't afford a house right now, right?
Neither can mine. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Ray.
So there's a big thing, there's a big cultural thing called, inflation that's kind of messing everything up.
Really, inflation, that's never been around.
So it has been apparent that a lot of young people, my generation, between people in their 20s and their 30s, have been
Millennials?
and Gen Zs, I guess.
And Gen Z.
So are people who are spending more money on trips rather than actual like real estate or like assets. So there has been a huge boom uptick of traveling because of these people deciding like, hey, instead of putting money into a house, I'm going to spend this money and do memory stuff, go create memories in Egypt or in Africa or in, Saudi Arabia or in Japan or China, and just kind of search out the world, Randy. If you were my age, would you want to do that too?
If I was your age and would I want to do that?
Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever traveled outside of the country?
No.
Why?
Unless you consider Mexico outside the country. I don't.
I mean, yeah.
It's not really.
It depends how far deep in Mexico you go. If you're like right on the border, then no.
No.
And Mexico City is pretty deep. I would say if you would to get down to Mexico City, then technically you are in Mexico.
Yeah, I've been there once.
Mexico City?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then you traveled, sir.
It was a long time ago, but yes. I think if you can do it, do it. Especially while you're younger. If it's just you. Sooner or later, it's not going to be just you.
Dude, I'm already. I feel bad for again. I think I told you about this a couple weeks ago about my trip to Colombia. It's a little postponed because of the earthquake, but that was a big trip. That was a trip that I was planning to do literally this month or next month actually, but it's been postponed until things get clear up a little bit down there after their major earthquake. It's not the right time to go.
Not the right time. Yeah, not the right time. But no, I haven't traveled very much at all. But I would say I would go for it. I would just go for it. I mean, if you can afford it, and when I say if you can afford it, if it's like you got an apartment or something. I know you're talking about living with at home or something like that. But if you got kids and you're a single mom, single dad or something, you can't afford anything.
It's hard. I feel bad for a lot of my friends and family.
But if it's just you
who have kids
and you're just living at home and your parents are fine with it and you give them a couple dollars for rent or whatever, and the rest of it is expendable money, and you're like, I'll save up for a house someday.
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest discussion I've been talking to a couple of friends of mine lately was I have a friend who just bought a house.
Yeah. And
he told me about like crazy expenses that he had to go through just to get that okay on that house loan. And it just immediately made me go like, nah, bro.
See, I didn't get a house. I got a house late. I didn't get one until like 7-8 years ago.
My folks were really lucky. Wait, only got 7 years ago. Wow, that's not that long ago.
Yeah,
Randy.
7-8 years ago. And they got all these first-time buyer programs.
Yes, they do.
And it's good to a point, but you should like refinance and get into one loan because you got a couple loans at one point. But you can get in pretty cheap. If it were me, I probably wouldn't buy. I mean, it's never going to go down. It's always going to keep going up. So, if you can get into a house now's the time to do it. And if you find out after a year or two that you just can't handle it, it's too expensive, can't handle it. If it's just too expensive, then sell it and live off the equity, or hopefully you've got some equity into it and you can at least rent for a while, decide what you're doing.
Yeah, that's always been kind of like my biggest deterrent on like this whole housing market situation. Because I looked into it. There was I think I told you this before. In 2016, I had an opportunity to purchase a home here in Visalia. We actually met a guy, or actually me and someone else in the promotions department. We met someone who was selling 2 houses in central Visalia, and he approached me and talking to me about. He was just some guy who was wondering about the station. We were just there. It was a K-Jug event.
Yeah.
So. And he was like telling me that, I got these 2 houses for sale. It was like, if you guys know anybody, I was like, I'm not even looking for, we're just looking for someone just to sell it off to, because it's like, I don't want it. And he's like, it's too much for me. He's like, I was like, well, how much are you asking for this house? He's like, well, I'm asking for like, I think he was asking like, it's really cheap, like maybe like 170,000. It was
red flag.
Yeah.
Look out.
It was like 170,000, 2-bedroom house in 2016. So to me,
Well.
that's if you guys have done the math, that's a big gap of time. That's over a decade long, and prices have skyrocketed like a lot. So I was actually haggling with this guy, and I said, well, what's wrong with it? Because that's where my mind went too. It's like, what's wrong with it? What does it need? He's like, oh, it doesn't need anything. The only problem is it's right next to a liquor store. It has no fence, and there's sometimes homeless people tend to linger in the backyard. So he says that's the only reason why it's so cheap, and that's the reason why I'm going to get rid of it.
I think I know where that house is at.
So I told him, I was like, well, sir, if I can make a deal with you, would I be allowed to build a fence around it? If I could build a fence around it, would you make me a deal to where if I could maintain it? Because I was even like going to by buying it, I was thinking about renting it.
Yeah.
That's where my mind was.
Yeah.
But he was more like willing to sell it to me. And a part of me wish I would have went for it. But then again, I wouldn't have been able to travel to the places I've gone.
Right.
That's the only thing that's my only little like what if scenario in my brain. If I would have said, I should have bought that house for so cheap because it was so cheap at the time, and I could have easily built a fence around that place. And it's just like,
chances are.
it was a nice house. I actually got to look at it. It was pretty decent. It was actually a nice 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
Good sized living room, good sized kitchen. And yes, you probably do know where it's at, but the only thing that has changed is that someone bought the lot where the homeless people used to hang out at. Someone bought the lot, and now there's another house right there because it used to be just an open lot right next to a liquor store.
Yeah.
And it's right off of not Burke, Santa Fe. It was right off of Santa Fe.
Yep. So, I go back and forth about wanting to be a landlord, and I'll tell you why. Because when I was a kid, my mom and dad were landlords, and we had 2 houses, and they would rent them out. Number one, don't rent out to relatives.
Okay. That was my plan for this for me with my sister.
They're worse. They're worse than your worst nightmare of a regular renter.
I believe it.
And then they don't want to pay the rent because we're related. It's all good, right?
Yes.
So
I'm good for it.
yeah, right. I mean, and these weren't extravagant houses. These are shacks, if you will. And but yeah, so every time that a renter came out, except for one, we had one renter, was a long-term renter, great guy. Mm-hmm. Anything happened, he took care of it, and he told us later. So we gave him a break on the rent. But this other house, though, they were holes in the walls, and we'd have to put in new walls,
and
new roof,
and
new
it'd be your
ceilings.
problem as the landlord.
And yeah, so if I told myself if I ever became a landlord, rented out a house, I would just hire a company, and then I would just spot check it every now and then.
Yeah, that's what most people do.
And I would also make sure that the rental company gets in there and checks it, and make sure that it's a quality renter,
right?
Someone who's hopefully long term and hopefully is a good person. You can guess the best you can, but hopefully they end up being a good person. And then if you got a quality renter that rents for a long time, is a good person, then you're okay.
Yeah,
but but that's hard to come by these days.
I thought about that too, because by the time when I'm an old man, I'm assuming when I'm around your age, Randy. Not to say that you're super old.
Oh, that hurt.
But so technically, when I'm in your guys' like the late 50s, 60s age, so
late 50s. I'm not in my late 50s. I mean, look like it with the gray hair.
So
it's from working at radio all these years.
So, from my family's point of view, I would be the one who's going to eventually end up with 2 houses. My grandparents,
Yep,
and my parents' house.
Yep.
So my sister my little sister has fought me for these houses because she hates the idea knowing that I'm going to have these houses.
Theoretically, she's fought you because neither of you know who's getting what.
Well,
even if you're going to get it.
Well, actually, my grandparents have kind of solidified that it's going to be me down the line. And my parents just made it not that long ago, made me the sole proprietor afterwards. And my sister hates the idea because she knows I will do exactly what you said. If my sister wants to live in that house for the rest of her life, I'm going to charge her rent.
Yeah. Yeah. And your sister's not going to want to live in there the rest of her life anyway.
Nope.
Even if you didn't charge her rent, she doesn't want to be there for the rest of her life.
She wants my grandma's house. She wants that house. It's because it's a nice house. It's a really big, nice house. In fact, it's a rebuilt house after the earthquake in '83 in Coalinga.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So it's a really nice house.
Yeah, 83. Mine's 87, 89. I forget what it is. But yeah, so it's older too.
Yes, it's a 3-bedroom house with a den, and it has a 2-car garage.
Nice.
And a she shed and a he shed in the back of the house.
Oh, one of each.
Yes.
I like it. Do they have his and her sinks in the bathroom as well?
Yes, they do.
That's very nice.
Yes.
So
a private bathroom in the master bedroom.
But on top of that, your grandma's house is on top of one of the major faults, apparently. Even though it's all Coalinga, which is sitting on the top of the fault.
Oh man,
We could get into that, and that the big one could be happening anytime, but that's all right.
So before because we're almost on the time,
We probably
and guess
are.
what? The air conditioner has been kicked in.
I went and messed with the air conditioning, so hopefully it doesn't stay on all night. If it does, I'm sorry, boss.
So one thing I've been going through for the last couple of weeks, well, actually this week and next week,
Besides your DVDs?
besides the DVDs, I'm going through all my birthday freebies.
Yeah?
Yes. So there is a website. There is a website that you can go on and you can look up. If you type in your birthday, you can see on like all the restaurants and all the places that are giving away free stuff and like what you have to do to get the free stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been taking advantage. I have downloaded every single food app in the last week just so I can go through all the little birthday things. And you can register like on the day of your birthday and still get the freebie on certain things.
Wow. Like
Yeah.
what? What's your favorite so far?
So far, my favorite has been Taco Bell's because you get the free Baja Blast freeze, the large one on your
Nice.
birthday.
On your B-Day?
Yes.
Not Denny's. Does Denny's still do the free?
Denny's does have one too. Yeah, I think it's like a free like stack of pancakes or something like that. But it's always something small. Like Baskin Robbins is like one scoop of ice cream or one little cup of ice cream.
Or they're
So-
hoping you'll buy more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So same thing with like B-dubs, free 6-piece chicken wings, or like you go to I think it's but there's like the main restaurants that give out like nothing, like Burger King is just an ice cream.
Yeah, and Burger King has like ice cream that big.
Yeah,
Shot
but they've been
size.
good. Shout out to the people in the one in Kalinga. They've been on it lately. Yes, they've been hooking your boy up.
Did you hear the sad news?
What's the sad news? Is it about Burger King?
Speaking of food, no.
Oh,
BT's.
yes, I did hear. BT's down on Mooney Boulevard.
Dude.
36 years.
Buns and torts.
Yes,
Gone.
buns and tortas.
Yeah. That's I was in shock when I read that today. I could not believe it. Could not believe it.
The thing is though, like it's good. It was a good place. But did you ever like deliberately go there that often?
I went there not that often. That's probably why.
That's the problem. That's
my fault.
Like
they
like,
had great taco salads and great tacos.
they had good tortas
great
there.
tortas, great fries. I mean, it was a good place. It was a good place. But every time I went by there and I was thinking about going by BT's, there was a line around the place. So I thought, well, they'll be okay.
36 years. I wonder why. But because what's next? Was the Crab Shack right next to them too?
I don't know. All I know is the Earth is going to end because BT's is closing. Man. It's serious. I don't know. That's crazy that BT's is closing
So
or closed. I guess.
yeah. So again, support local businesses.
Yes.
Please.
Support
Especially in the
local business.
Visalia area.
Yeah. And thanks for checking out the live. And there's a Off Air podcast.
Yep, that is it. So, yeah.
If you missed, you can go back and check the video out here in the next day or two.
And we'll go check out the YouTube video as
And
well.
check out the YouTube video at hits1049.com for direct links. There you go.
That